we?
All right, here we are. Right before halftime, Miami up 10-0. So
Yeah. Well, both quarterbacks been taking a little bit of a beating, but Carson
yeah,
Beck just doesn't look like he's there mentally right now. Camera zoomed in on his face multiple times. He looks pretty, dejected, pretty out of it. Hopefully, they can get his mind right during halftime so he can stay sharp.
I
I mean,
mean,
the team itself is putting
I
out.
was about to say, I'd rather be the team that's up right now, 10-0,
I'm
unless
just
they make
saying,
this field goal.
he doesn't look as sharp as he necessarily needs to be right now. Now,
Yeah.
I will tell you who was looking sharp is that Lenora Sellers. I was looking at some of the South Carolina, Missouri stuff, my dude, and he's already. I know he's trying to nurse a little bit of an injury, but I mean, he's already put up 2 touchdowns in the first half, and over 200 yards. I mean, he's
and they need it right now. They need to bounce
yeah,
back a little bit. Yeah.
you ain't
So
told
Miami
a lie.
makes the field goal, and you might be ahead of me here, but it's now 13-0. So.
And speaking of people looking sad and dejected, the other quarterback, Lagway, and then that coach.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw
man.
it. I reposted it on our X account, SBT Clips. A little clip of Dabo Sweeney crying today at the end of the game.
No, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Yeah, you'll have to go look at that. I think that's especially after his bold press conference where he's beating his chest.
Let's just say it was not good timing for Dabo this week at all.
Yeah, that's
he should have saved that, I think. So.
Yeah, you wait until after you have the W you can put up.
Yeah.
Man, I do hate it for the. As much as I do not like Clemson and I do not like Dabo, you do hate to see a program kind of start getting that talk fairly early.
Mean, dude, yeah, no, man. I
don't feel that way about Florida.
I hate to say this, but it's everywhere. But it's what have you done for me lately? Which is not always the best thing, but that's the truth. Let's just be real. It's the truth.
Yeah, more and more. I mean, people are short-sighted, and that's why you do have these huge contracts and people dipping out afterwards. And
I can't tell you how many times that I've seen Paul Feinbaum stick his foot in his mouth because he just wants to grab onto the popular thing at the time. So.
Well, let's be real. Paul Feinbaum is college football's Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
That's what that show has always been, a Jerry Springer for rednecks exclusively, pretty much, and it's grown into be college football as a whole. Jerry Springer, it's
now he's on ESPN all the time. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy it. I'm not hating on the program at all.
I mean, you might hear me hating right now, but I still watch it, so it's whatever.
110%, my dude.
Let's see. So Florida's got 1 timeout left, 1:13. Can they get anything here? I mean, a field goal would go a long way.
It absolutely would. I will say on the defensive side of the ball for Florida, there's a little tag team combo I've noticed. It's Woods and Sapp. When they're hitting stuff together, they've got a good rhythm, and that's where the sack came from. That's where a lot of these pressures are coming from that are disrupting the plays.
This is my take from, early in the season. But I think Florida's defense is real. I think they're a good defense. I just don't know what our offense is doing. I know Lagway wants to go out there and just be the guy, but sometimes I know it's just a lot for them because everybody's wanting to get Billy Napier out of there, and you feel like you got to do everything, but sometimes that backfires on you when you're just trying too hard.
It really does seem like that program is just there's a curse with Napier, and they need to get rid of that before there's any forward momentum.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry.
On the token of letting things go, Miami that's a team that they had 70 some odd transfers come in this year.
Yeah.
But they're all working in tandem. I mean, they've clearly got something going for them so far. You know?
I like Cristobal there. I think that's a good fit for them. So, and I mean, you can't be mad at them for their transfer options, that they've had come in there. So they're doing good
they've
things.
pieced together a team. I wonder if it's going to be if there will be a movie made out of this, kind of like the Moneyball aspect, where he comes in here and he's like, I got X amount of dollars. What can I get with it? And then he pieces together a team. That's assuming
like
Miami goes all the way. You got to do that to make the movie. You got to win the big dance.
Yeah, well, Texas kind of, that's a big thing for them. They're spending a lot on their program, so they're kind of in that same boat.
I don't know if they're getting as much return.
I mean, we might see, but college football is just changing a lot as far as all that goes. So
you ain't told a lie, son.
But
ugly game so far. Nothing but defense, man.
Not putting up numbers, man.
Yeah, no, it's just ugly. I mean, he's not even over 100 yards. Lagway's only got 25.
I didn't see the latest stats. I don't even know if he's hitting 50% right now on completions.
No, 8 for 17. Carson Beck, DJ Lagway's 5 for 11. It's just pathetic.
Now, I'll say this though. About Lagway, I know that sounds horrible, and I know they're in maybe a down spot right now for a Florida Gators fan, but I still think this guy is good. You just got to give it time, and I think they're just in a position where they don't want to give things time. They're like a powerhouse, or used to being a powerhouse, so I get it. I do get it.
Now, I do want to give you some fun stats since you just threw that out there, Brian. In addition to everything you said, the leading rusher for Florida has 6 rushing yards.
Oh, no.
And then we have Lagway with 28 yards total.
I also want to throw this out there right now because it just popped up on the bottom of my screen. Indiana has beaten Illinois 35-7, and it's not halftime yet.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
No surprise there.
Bang,
Indiana
bang,
is the truth. Indiana will be in the playoffs.
I've been preaching them up all year. I've been preaching them up all year.
Here a month ago, actually, really.
Yeah.
But
Dude, bro's been talking about Indiana since we started this thing, man.
But this should be the game that absolutely they hold it out. Nothing falls apart. This is the game that solidifies it. They're absolutely in the conversation on all the different medias, and they are.
I hope they score 60. Go get them.
They might.
Go Hoosiers, man.
Who?
So I also want to bring this up to y'all because this is something I've thought about over the past off season, I guess, really, and how things are changing with NIL and how much a college can actually pay a player now, because that's a thing. Back in the day, your good players, they're gone in 2 years because they're going to the NFL. They're getting their money, which I understand. Right. That makes sense to me. But now, Carson Beck could have probably went to the NFL last year. I know he had a rough year and he wouldn't have went first round or nothing, but I think he still would have went. And now he can just go make money his senior year and then improve upon that. If you have a bad year, as long as you don't get hurt, but you're still making your money. That's a big difference in college now. You might see some players stay where they would have just hey, as soon as I can, I'm healthy, I'm bouncing because I'm getting my money in the pros. Now it's a little different.
We've kind of slowly been transitioning to that even before there was really, we'll say, money involved for the players, as they kind of fudged more and more with the eligibility and what redshirted and, just more and more it seemed like we were expanding on that. Whereas, you hit the nail on the head. It's almost a completely different game because now, you've got, actual grown men out there. You got people who are, getting their masters at this point and stuff.
Yeah, for real. Some people have been in college a long time.
Yeah, you got Van Wilder out there, but Jack.
Yeah. Hey, I'm 26. I'm playing over here with some 20-year-olds,
But on that, you don't want to get hurt if you think you have any chances of going to the NFL. So you really don't want to push it too much, I feel like.
I think it really depends on your position, because of course a defensive player is going to be hitting people a lot more than a quarterback would or a kicker would. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that would probably take it into account as well.
On the note of the kicker, I'm very upset the Auburn kicker who's going through that long recovery didn't get a chance to come out there and put some points up in that game. I really thought he might come out there in the end and kick that game-winning field goal, and then you got the big media story,
Yeah,
That would have been the story too, but
that 100% would have, yeah.
Oklahoma went slap.
It was definitely a different team in the second half. I will say that they came out a little more focused for sure. I think they had the speech,
Yeah.
and that's all that needs to be said.
Well, I sure hope Florida gets a talking to at halftime because they got one first down in the first half.
And
so
yeah,
one first down in the first half.
Compared to 11 or 12, I think, but by Miami. So,
it's more than one, I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
No, it's at least 11.
Yeah, it's like 32 yards to
that's not
198.
making that stat up. That's how it is.
That's tough sledding, brother.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think?
I think Lagway. I don't know. I don't think he really has been given the chance to do anything this game.
I think Florida needs to be really careful here because I think Lagway is a good quarterback in the future. But if you mess this up with your coaching thing and you run him off, then you're going to have to start from scratch from that position as well. And maybe they get somebody that's really good. I don't know. But I think Lagway, if he stays or if he goes later on, will be a good quarterback. So that's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
There will be a lot of fundraising out of Gainesville, 100%. There's a lot of deep pockets. There's a lot of boosters that they're going to need to reach out because realistically, that's what the program needs. I do not see any success with Billy Napier at this point, and that's what the fan base is saying. I
think it's already decided. And this game's just going to nail that. That's going to be the nail in the coffin, I think, for Billy Napier.
Well, look at the team playing. Look at it's like they've got no energy on offense, man. And I think one of the commentators said it best. It's like the defense are going balls out, scratching and clawing for everything, just trying to shut this down and keep it close. And the offense just looks like a bunch of people who don't even want to be there. They're missing blocks. Lagway's got zero time. He's running from everything. It's like
he's dirty as hell. He's dirty as hell and hasn't done anything, Well,
and one of the commentators said it best. It was like, look at this defensive lineman. He's trying. He's putting in the effort. Can we put him in as a center for 5 minutes, please? Can we let him run a series? Yeah, it's just you got to have guys that want to be there, that want to protect their quarterback, that are trying to win a game, not just, let's get through this season,
And really, he's not saying anything outlandish because more and more in this college football environment, you are seeing players transition from one side of the ball to the other, depending on the team's needs or their personal whatever.
No other point in time to me have you been able to just go, man, it ain't working out here. I'm going to go start somewhere else, make some more money somewhere else, where we can do more. It doesn't care. I don't care if we're Florida or not. It used to be more like, hey, I'm at this blue blood or this high octane school. And I feel like we're getting a little bit away from that with, how things are now.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful. It's a slippery slope, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the best dude on the line there is that left tackle that they have. And Auburn, I'd say that hands down their weakest thing is their O-line. In that last game, Jackson Arnold he was pressured on, I think, almost half of all of his passes.
Yeah.
So maybe they can poach that, pull that tackle from Florida, and they got a little bit stronger line. So I'm sure he'd be happy to be in a team that's, at least put up, some W.
Yeah, what did Oklahoma do? 10 sacks today, broke their all-time record.
Oh, my
10,
God.
I think it was. Yeah, maybe 11. 10 or 11. It was something stupid.
That's tough, man. That is tough. Oh, I hear they got a demographic up. It's Oklahoma's first 3 games, they had 7 sacks. Today against Auburn, they had 10. Oh, my God.
Think about that, though. I will say Jackson Arnold, I think, did it. Auburn as a whole still put out a solid performance. Their O-line being the major deficiency there. Jackson Arnold did very well, especially for the O-line.
Considering,
and you got to consider also Auburn's total offense, what it would be had just the sacks not been allowed. Consider those balls throwaway.
They would have won the game.
I mean that's 100 yards of offense right there.
Right.
They would have won.
That's incredible.
And that's also, I'm not trying to be like this guy, but that's what calls sometimes going against them in this game or in that game today. So if I'm Auburn, I know it sucks to lose, but I really think
I'm pretty sure there's a
good
PI
spot still. Yeah.
Controversy there right at the end. Yeah, there was some stuff. I could.
They're still going to do well.
There was probably at least 10 legitimate calls that
could have.
I think you have every right to question and re-examine there.
Even the commentary on the game, they were bringing it up. So it's not like it's
when the booth is talking about it, it's
probably They got a rules expert up there, by God. I mean,
It's like coming in live from New York. Yeah, that was definitely pass interference. Yeah. They should have called that. If it would have gone to film, we would have called it pass interference. Yeah.
So are y'all seeing this new stat with the games that have happened today? They now have the Memphis Tigers with a 35% chance of making the college football playoffs. Is that something you thought you would hear?
See, Memphis is always a team that's got a solid little team. They usually got a really good little running back. They're always on the radar, but not like
never
that.
Never 25, never top 25 team, never college football playoff team. And now they're putting them at a 35% chance. That is.
With the Power 5, though, I never know what to expect with them. And then when you try to come up with a team, like who are we picking in the first part of this that just fell off the map? I don't know. It's difficult enough even with these people with all the great rosters. So
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I will say that with that being said, they still have the South Florida Bulls in the running as one of them very slight contenders, but out of those kind of outlier teams, I'm going to throw another one out there. Tulane is one that you don't really think has a snowball shot in hell generally, but this year at this point in time right now, they're sitting at a decent shot if they can do what they need to do of making the college football playoffs, and that is not something I would ever have said. So I do not think it's going to happen, but that's.
So what really sucks for those teams like that, right? What really kicks them in the teeth for a long run is when your coach is doing good and your team's kind of pulling you through the Power 5. Guess what? Everybody else sees your coach and they're like, hey, come on down to Florida.
110 right there.
We got some nice donors down here. We would love to get you under contract.
We could get you a lot more money.
Look at this fancy Range Rover.
Yeah, a lot of new vehicles.
You in a commercial or two.
That's another thing that is a completely different aspect of this college football landscape is seeing all these college football stars have Instagram posts, them having their jewelry, them flexing in front of their brand new vehicles. Back in my day, it was just a small controversy because the brand new Range Rover that appeared in Julio Jones's yard suddenly crashed into his tree when his little cousin drove it. And that quickly went away, of course. But now it's all open, it's wild.
Yeah. Why did Reggie Bush get taken off the thing and then? Oh, right.
Hey, Michael Vick's on TV again.
Hey, Norfolk State, let's go.
Wild.
Hey, that man's a baller out there just making things happen, son.
Yeah, if he keeps on playing his cards right, he can go coach at Virginia Tech. Can't be no worse than what they've been. Oh, no.
Didn't they fire their coach?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
I would like to see Marshawn Lynch transfer. I know he's kind of gone this whole acting media realm, but let's go ahead and transition. And why don't you go be a coach somewhere?
Man, that'd be something to watch.
Pick one of these small, no-name schools, St. Mary's School for the Blind, something like that. And
man, you're thinking too small. He could go to North Carolina.
No, I'm saying you take Marshawn Lynch there, you keep him in this kind of actor role, and there's maybe a reality series that follows him around. They got the cameras on Marshawn Lynch with this young, maybe Appalachian State, something like that, and the program really builds around him, and he takes them up there, and then they're a contender. And
can't be can't be worse than North Carolina is with Bill Belichick.
I mean, one thing with Marshawn, though, wherever he goes, even if he was just like an assistant somewhere or something, he's going to bring swagger to wherever he goes. He's going to bring those eyeballs. He's going to be able to fire those boys up. Yes, same way, exactly.
You know what I used to say when he played? I was like, you know that guy you used to create custom player on your PlayStation 2 back in the day? He looked cool as shit. That was Lynch out there. You just made him look like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch. He's took the badass default custom character.
Yeah, damn right he was.
99 overall power. Yeah, let's get it.
You ain't told a lie. He's just like you were trying to say the other day with Henry there. There's a few people that are just truly, literally built different. You know, the adamantium, you know.
Well, I mean, you see these guys, and it's like, okay, yeah, you were absolutely born. This is the thing you were born to do. If you're not like out in the field, out plowing the cow, you know, you're football. Yeah, this is what you do now.
100%.
So, what are we thinking for the second half on these guys, man? I mean, it's all defense, man. Does Miami check in gear and put up 30 on them, or what? What's going to happen?
I mean, I from the way it's looked, that's what I would say plays out. I would, for the sake of me as a viewer, I would truly like to see the Florida Gators do more. I would like to see Napier maybe somehow find a way to not present himself to his team as, you know, a failed man in his midlife. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he can somehow present a semblance of an image that is not a man at complete collapse and crumbling, then maybe his team can get together. Maybe you have the offense actually give a shit and put some points on the board, or at least put forth an effort. Because now Lagway's ragdolling it up, and that ain't going to last. But defense all the way.
Let me just go ahead and tell you how it's going to be. Miami's going to win this game. I just don't see this going far this way in the second half. I hate that for them, but I just don't think it's their year. Offensively, I think defense they're doing good things, but
no, man. If he doesn't go pull out like the Puss in Boots eyes at halftime, like, guys, please, they're going to fire me tomorrow if you don't do something. Just score a point. Just one touchdown, please.
All right, guys. How about this? The money that they give me to leave, which we all know is going to happen, I will split that among y'all equally if y'all can win today.
Okay, that might happen. That's good. I like that. That could turn things around.
I hate it for the program, man, because Florida is not supposed to be the team that's getting the shit kicked out of them over and over and over again. It's not their image, you know. And I'm an Alabama fan. I'm used to winning, and there was one point where you could guarantee that the Florida Gators were at least going to be in the conversation for the title. You know what I mean? It was. Is it going to be this year? Or is it next year? But now it's like, are they even going to win a couple games? It's just.
You don't want to.
We've had our predictions on how that all plays out, you know.
Episode 2, right? Yeah, we talked about that hard.
Look, you don't want to be in the contention with Kentucky unless it's basketball. So, you know, that's just my take on that.
They're frog gigging or something. Yeah.
Them and Arkansas. Oh, too soon. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's one that you hated to see really play out. That's kind of how I thought it would, but you wanted more from it, you know.
Yeah.
So can I ask this question, because I think it's coming no matter what now, I believe. Who are they going to replace Billy Napier with? Like, who would you go out there realistically and get? Like, I heard somebody the other day think maybe they could take Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, but I mean, he's built that up. Yeah, he's built that up. Now, I'm
going to make a bold call and say, if they were to somehow get rid of Dabo and pay out that money, then Dabo goes to Florida and tries to turn Florida around. And maybe he attracts a lot of people in there. We saw this work with Miami. It's working with Miami still through this season now. Maybe he does the same thing next year.
That might not be the worst thing for Dabo either, though, man. I mean,
That's what I'm
because
saying.
that program at one point were dumping money in, and that is not the case the past couple years. That they got a couple championships. They had the big quarterbacks there for a few years, like that. They had their time, and they're not. Dabo can see the writing on the wall too. If you're not going to help me out, if we're not going to bring some money in so I can get some players, I need to recruit a little bit better, sure, but like we've talked about a lot of times, Dabo is a leader of men. Even if he doesn't have a bunch of 5-star recruits, if he can put that team together, they'll follow him. You know what I mean? It's just, but if you ain't got the team and you don't have the talent, and your backers aren't backing you, you're kind of up against a hard spot. So we'll see. That might be interesting to watch.
I could see that working though, because I think that fan base would be receptive to him, particularly we'll say booster class of people. I think that that would actually be a good fit there.
Yeah.
On that other token, we do have the Utah head coach, I believe, trying to retire, but he wants to retire on a good, solid year. And there's been questions whether this man that he's kind of groomed to take his place is going to stay there. I could see him potentially going somewhere if the dollar sign was right. But then again, he could be, diehard Ute all the way and lead the next generation of that one way or another.
You'd like to see that. You would like to see that, dude, because, I mean, there's something to be said about loyalty. I've said that 1,000 times in my life. So to know that you were being groomed by the guy that's been there, and that, all you got to do is come in, and I would like to see that story, but the problem is money. That there's too much money floating around right now. They can literally buy the person they want, and it's just kind of sad, but it's just kind of the way it is right now until they start capping this shit.
So Florida has some interesting state tax laws when it comes to we'll just say broad umbrella of the entertainment industry.
Sure.
It's not feasible. I mean, it's not unfeasible, and this is a very outlandish scenario, mind you, that we could get the Miami Dolphins and the Florida Gators doing a coach swap to try to save everybody some dollars, and at least see if maybe something changes for one of them. Maybe.
You mean old sweatshirt? He coming down to Gator Town?
It just, the state itself, it seems to be a bad luck thing going on, curse, whatever you want to call it. But you've got those two, what could be seen as programs that should have been probably good at this point in time right now, not being so, and pretty much unanimously everybody pointing their finger right at Mr. HC,
Yeah, that's typically how it works.
So I'm going to just say this little bit on the coach thing, and then I'll leave it alone. If it was me, if I was Florida, so one thing I like about just Lane Kiffin that I brought up, this guy is offensive minded. He is a great offensive mind in general. I think that fits their program because of Steve Spurrier days. They have the money. They'll have the recruits. I think he can do a lot there. That's where I think the temptation will be. I don't know if he would take it or not. I think he could also turn them around fairly quickly just because of his name and his smarts with that. I don't know about the other coaching staff. I don't, like I said, I like their defense right now. I don't know how all that would go. That's why if it was me, he would be on my list if I was trying to get another coach. They also have down there, I don't know if it would happen, and I can't think of his name right now, but the head coach for South Florida has been doing a lot of things, and I don't think he'll be down there very long because I think somebody will poach him, whether it be a Florida or somebody else. There's too much going for them.
I'm a fan of the South Florida Bulls, the program, traditionally speaking.
Hey, I know they just lost to Miami last week, but they should be ranked for a good reason.
I agree.
I know they lost by 30 points, but they should be ranked. They're a good Power 5 team.
I'm just saying, as the head coach, I don't know if you're moving out this year because they just have a shitload of money injected into that program and have a very badass stadium en route. So you already know you have very nice facilities that you are about to have, which is a huge tool that you can use for recruiting. I mean, I'm just saying, I think he would be a good fit, but I don't see him leaving South Florida because of the potential that program has over the next few years.
The way I'm looking at that is just from the Florida's perspective here. Like, who do you go after? If Billy Napier, of course, doesn't stay, is what I'm getting at. But my prospects, like, who would I? He's close. He's a little bit proven now. Same thing with Lane Kiffin, and they should have the money. I just be highly surprised if Florida doesn't have a little bit of cash that they can throw around with that sort of thing.
There's plenty of money in the state for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're getting back into second half here, boys.
Yes,
sir. Y'all want to go ahead and call it?
Yeah, I'd like to see how this plays out. I sure hope Florida doesn't keep shit in the bed, man. I got to see something out of this offense, just something.
Yeah.
It's like the GIF always going around, the little stick person poking the thing, whatever it is. Just do something. Do something.
You definitely don't want to be shut out right here.
Right.
Well, we'll do a quick recap after this game too. How about that, y'all?
Yeah, it sounds like we can plug after this for sure. That works for me.
All right. Yep.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Let's go.